Have you ever gone for a nice vacation to the beach and then see seashells lying everywhere you go? Well, I certainly have. On the normal day, there's just lots of sand, water, shells, and some animals on the beach. Well, that's just usually. What if you found thousands of Legos coming in with the tide? What if you found a bunch of human hands? People have found these things being washed up on a beach that they visited. Today, we will be going over the top 10 weirdest and strangest things that got washed up on beaches. Number 10. Billions of blue jellyfish. In 2014, beachgoers on the western shoreline of the United States were gone up against a great many soft blue creatures taking after jellyfish, yet each was finished off with an inflexible structure looking like a snail. Every one of these little living beings, called by-the-wind mariners, measures about 2.75 inches, or 7 centimeters long. They commonly occupy the untamed sea, inclining towards warm waters in areas around the globe. Be that as it may, at regular intervals, storm movement can clear them towards waterfront locales, where they heap up on seashores in gigantic amounts. In 2009 and 2010, dead and kicking, the bucket mariners collected on a California seashore to a profundity of a few feet, an oceanographer revealed to Live Science in 2014. Number 9. Lego pieces, and tons of them. Since the time 62 steel trailers loaded with 4.8 million Lego pieces tumbled off a vessel on February 13, 1997, pieces have been appearing on UK shores to astound wanderers. What's more, they're not standard square blocks either. Delightfully, a considerable lot of the Legos in the compartment were nautically themed. It's evaluated that in the years since the spill, the pieces could have floated more than 62,000 miles, which means they could have been for all intents and purposes any place in the sea. Yet up to this point, finds have just been affirmed in parts of southern England, Wales, and one site in Ireland. Number 8. Robotic arm. The Association Underwater New York, a computerized site and sound workmanship diary, highlights works propelled by irregular articles that wash up on shores and hide in profundities of streams around New York City. One of its as-of-late reported finds, a forlorn mechanical hand with explained figures, was spotted on the shore of Great Kills Park Beach in Staten Island. Other things found referenced by the diary incorporate a terrific piano, a grand piano, and a dead giraffe, the two of which were found in lower New York Bay. Number 7. Love letters from World War II. Only a day after Hurricane Sandy desolated the East Coast in 2012, Kathleen Mullen made a mind-boggling revelation close to the Jersey Shore. A pile of 57 letters bound with a pink strip had washed around in the tempest. Mullen took the letters home, dried them by the fire. The force was still out from the tempest, and acknowledged that she had unearthed love letters composed between Dorothy Fallon and Lynn Farnham, somewhere in the range of 1942 and 1947, while Lynn was in the military. It's indistinct where the letters originated from, however, Mullen was resolved to get them back to the couple. Through examination online, she had the option to find a niece, Shelley Farmhand Hilbert, who lives in Virginia. Dorothy and Lynn had gotten hitched after the war and had 2 youngsters. Lynn and the couple's child perished, and their little girl has put some distance between the family, which is kinda sad. However, this is the good part. 91-year-old Dorothy was still living in a nursing home in New Jersey. It's mystical. This comes from so many years ago, this just can't be genuine, Farnham Hilbert told the neighborhood news station. It resembles a genealogical gold mine. It's simply that second you believe is lost, everlastingly, and here is something. It's a blessing. Number 6. Harley Davidson. And yes, we're talking about the bike. Iku Yokama lost his home and 3 relatives in the staggering 2001 torrent. so he presumably hadn't really thought about it to the way that he additionally lost his cruiser, or bike, and everything else that was in the van that he was utilizing as a capacity shed, until it appeared on shore longer than a year later in British Columbia, in excess of 3,000 miles away. Subside Mark unearthed the capacity unit while investigating a distant seashore on Graham Island. The bicycle was somewhat corroded, yet after the story opened up to the world, a Harley-Davidson agent in Japan found Yokoyama and offered to pay it to be shipped back to him and fixed to its previous magnificence. Number 5. 100 million year old fossil. Professional fossil gatherer Tony Gill found the bones of an ancient fish reptile, additionally called an ichthyosaur, covered on the English coastline. The 180 million year old fossil is 40 feet in length. Its skull alone is 7 feet, making it one of the biggest ichthyosaur fossils at any point found ever. It's currently in plain view at Charmouth Fossils, which exhibits an assortment of comparable examples found on the close-by seashore. In any case, the coast isn't the main spot you can find uncommon and important things. For example, just look at the most unbelievable undersea fortunes at any point found in the world. Number 4. Human hands. A fisherman close to Khabarovsk, Siberia, was frightened to find a human hand jabbing out of the snow on an island in the Amur River on March 8, 2018. With further research, he found a sum of 54 cut-off hands, which had by one way or another washed shorewards in a sack at the famous fishing area. The specialists were immediately brought in the midst of bits of gossip about sorting out what really happened, and hypothesis occurred. It was about the work of a horrible maniac. However, the investigative community of the Russian Federation before long advised people just to not stress. The hands likely originated from a nearby criminology lab, the council stated, where they were kept as a type of ID and afterwards inappropriately arranged. The board guaranteed a full, legitimate appraisal in quotation marks. Number 3. Rubber duckies. Kinda like the Lego pieces, these duckies were the casualties of a steel trailer mishap that happened in 1992. The light shower toys have been floating everywhere throughout the world in the decades since, filling in as unexpected instructors about the sea's flaws. Individuals from the cordial floaties, a name given to these elastic ducks, have been found on the shores of Hawaii, Alaska, South America, Australia, the Pacific Northwest, and even the Arctic ice. Somewhere in the range of 200 duckies are yet floating in the flows of the North Pacific Gyre, furnishing researchers with new data about what is presently known as the Great Pacific Ocean Garbage Patch. They've even become the subject of a book called Moby Duck. Number 2. Whale excretes worth over 6 figures. Ken Willman's canine Madge saw the foul yellow piece of something on the seashore in Lancashire first. At first, Willman had no enthusiasm for it. He said it smelled stinky. I left it, returned home, and found it on the web, Willman disclosed to the Mirror. At the point where I saw the amount that it could be worth, I quickly returned and got it. He had unearthed a 6-pound heap of ambergris, or whaled upchuck, worth up to $180,000. The waxy substance is created in the digestive organs of sperm whales to shield their stomach-related lots from sharp squid snouts. Notwithstanding its epithet, it's feasible discharged instead of retched into the sea, where it coasts for untold years before once in a while appearing on shore. So for what reason is this so valuable? Top-of-the-line European perfumeries use it as a fixer that permits the aromas to remain on the skin for any longer. It's also likewise a recording fixing in plants, particularly pastries and desserts. Number 1. Millions of dollars worth of drugs. Packs of medications appearing on seashores is genuinely normal. Truth be told, as per Galveston, Texas police, bundles like the 66-pound heap of cocaine worth $3.5 million found on a neighborhood seashore in May 2015 wash aground once every couple months. Be that as it may, what made this one surprising was that it was the 6th heap of medications found on the seashore that week. 4 bundles contained cannabis, and 2 contained cocaine. Police were uncertain of the explanation behind the enormous increment, yet conjectured that substantial tempests had limited access to the Houston Ship Channel, which prompted expanded investigation by the Coast Guard, and dealers tossing illicit medications over the edge. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like and subscribe button, and also tap that bell icon to be updated on further videos. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.